So this is how we did all of the soffit, standing up on the tractor and hanging these what was 4 by 6.5 foot sheets of soffit up. That went pretty well. We want to do TNG here, but I ended up cheaping out. So then here we are with the electrical rough-in. So I'm just showing here how the electrician just cut into the fast wall about whatever 2 inches deep. And then, so there he actually ran a circular saw to get his lines between where the boxes are going to be located. And then in the background there you can hear him chiseling out the blocks. Now, after the electrical rough-in, we got our inspection passed. It was time for plaster. This is kind of a mid-process of the base coat. You can see they put Tyvek and some lath over all of the openings where the wires and boxes were ran. And here's a room that's got almost all the base coat done. So we're just doing the plaster along the walls and then round up to the edges of the windows. Then the next thing we started working on was the TNG. So I have 7-inch wide aspen TNG planks for the whole kitchen living room area. Now the planks came from a local sawmill and they definitely had some amount of the chatter and a little bit of tear out. So I don't know how many boards was it, 50 or something maybe. I had to go around and I'd get early up to the site and I'd sit there and I'd use the orbital sander and kind of knock down the high spots. But at least it was pleasant mornings and it's been a really nice winter. So here's the guys up on the scaffolding in the house and the pick hanging up the TNG. Took us about, I think, 2.5 days to get all the TNG up. It was about, I don't know what it was, about 450 square feet of TNG up on the ceiling. However, it was a little difficult because a lot of the boards had some bow to them, and it seemed to always be set up so we'd have to bend 2 sides of the board back. So you can see at least here I was working outside, so I got hang out in the sun all day being the cut man. But yeah, with the boards, I like the wider boards, but pretty much every other board had to use a wedge to get it locked into place nice and straight. So it was pretty labor intensive, but I do think the finished product here, it just looks amazing. Um, so I'm pretty excited to have the Aspen TNG in the ceilings. We were originally thinking of just doing sheetrock here, but we decided to go for it and make the Aspen TNG happen. I've been interested in how the temperature in the house fluctuates throughout the day. So I bought a temperature data logger and then I let that record for a few days so I could kind of look at it. And this actually happened across the coldest nights we've had this year so far. And so in the bottom of each low point on the chart, I have the temperature. So it looks like on the second night I was recording, it got down to 1 degree. And then it started warming up after that. So you can kind of see each day the temperature. You can see once the sun starts hitting the house, it warms up. I also think some of those spikes are when I put on a heater. But yeah, it seems like the house being burned in, it'll get down into the 40s, but I don't really know if it would freeze or not. Now, here's the tub that the plumber installed. It's got a ledger on the back and then some screws holding in. And so I went with a dense shield board around there. And I'm not gonna lie, I've never done this before, and I'm just learning from YouTube. So I went through and installed this. It wasn't too bad to cut and get put in. So hopefully this keeps it waterproof enough. Here's a mock-up of the baseboard detail. Our plan is to do a 6-inch aspen baseboard with then this little shadow line above it and tying up into the drywall. This is one of those things that I think will look great, and obviously it looks good in other YouTube videos. But we will have to see if I'm able to pull this off and make it look good. I definitely see getting the trim piece to be nice and straight with a consistent reveal. I think that might be kind of hard. So moving on from here, we're actually going to have another kind of baseboard detail. is in a couple of the rooms, some places we're just going to do the little shadow reveal bead right against the concrete, as you can see mock up there. Oh yeah, here's the finish, couple panels, finished up the tub. So we're actually going to do that tile-like plaster everywhere in here. And then we also ordered a full set of cabinets from a local cabinet maker, and those are going to get done shortly, so I'm pretty excited about that. Here's kind of the whole wall of plaster. You can see I'm getting really excited. It's starting to look like a house. So I'm hoping in maybe 2 months or so we might find ourselves living here. And yeah, more and more every day when I'm working on the house, I really spend time outside and in the house and looking and look forward to living here.